The grind in Duet Night Abyss is really a matter of, do I want this now or do I want it later? And what's more than that, because of its gacha DNA, Duet Night Abyss really has the best of both worlds between stamina and grind. And that's because you get 30 green commission manuals a day, trial rank XP, and 15 clues just for logging in, sneezing on the coughing baby with your likely over-leveled attack helicopter Lin. Which takes pretty much no time at all. Duet Night Abyss has been out for a couple of weeks, and after a completely reasonable amount of playtime, first of all, I'd like to tackle the stigma of the grind. A lot of this seems to come from an idea that has wormed its way into the gacha community, and while it's not unique to it, it's very prominent there. For some reason, there is a predominant belief that if something doesn't have stamina, then it'll have a hopelessly long grind that will disallow anyone with a life, job, or girlfriend to keep up with the game, which may be true in much worse games, but Duet Night Abyss seems to be far from that. So for the gambling addicts out there who complain about there being gameplay in their game, these are essentially your daily logins for the character. The books are essentially the stamina, and you also have the XP as well. And you get the clues by just playing the game as well. They're also plentiful in quests and events, and they probably just hand you a few for breathing and getting out of bed in the morning too. So getting into the numbers, it takes approximately 20 letters to obtain a character, with each letter costing about 10 clues in order to purchase. From my many hours of experience, as well as others in the community, we can estimate that you'll likely obtain around 1 to 2 clues per minute of gameplay, scaling in frequency as you gain trial ranks. I'm personally getting around 3, close to 3 per minute at my trial rank of 61. This means that you'll be earning a character around every 2 hours of active gameplay. Now some of you are gonna go, 2 hours? That's the best rate I've ever seen in my life! I'm about to blow both of you away, because not only is that while you are grinding your other materials in the game, it's also the unmodified reward values. Mission manuals also affect the drop rate of clues. Remember those? The 30 double drop ones you get a day. So that means you can literally slash that grind time in half if you're using them, which you should be doing. And that's completely ignoring the fact that you get clues from events, dailies, and pretty much everything else in the game, which will significantly reduce that grind. This game seriously rewards you so much for just straight chilling. It's almost enough to make me jealous of the guys who've been taking this the easy way through, but as a freak anomaly who's completely immune to burnout, I can pull the usual 24-hour shift in the ball crushing factory and grind it out as much as I want. I even grinded the game while I wrote this script. What all this means is that during the process of leveling your characters, weapons, and just playing the game, you're going to be earning the next character or weapon. It's elegant. The game rewarding you for playing the game. So with the letter grind being largely automatic, that brings us to the rest of the objectives, which is the leveling, ascension, crafting, and wedges. And at this point, I'd like to mention that each activity, completion, or wave will typically take around a minute or less, with the only 2 exceptions being excavation and defense, with defense being much shorter than excavation. And what's more than that, both of which can be significantly expedited using manuals, and also get other activities that are much better to grind for their main materials after reaching rank 60, at least without using manuals. And that's not even mentioning AFK grinding. You could literally idle some stages like exploration and defense with the right setup, and all you have to do is press a button every 30 to 60 seconds. You could literally be doing anything else during it. Watching a video, doing your homework, filling out a job application. But there is one aspect that I will say is not looking too good right now, and that has to do with the gold demon wedges, specifically the max refinement ones. Now, a lot of these you'll get pretty easily through the Noctourger manual, like the weapon ones and the wonderful Wings inspo. But when it comes to the other ones, like the Typhon's Prime, that we can only currently get in the bounty commissions, much more than that, the covert commission demon wedges, these are both looking to be a much steeper task. However, we're full clearing endgame with purple demon wedges, so these are much more of a long-term thing that may not be really necessary. It's kind of like getting perfect echoes in Withering Waves. But now we're getting to the point where you're probably wondering, what's the main goal when it comes to all this progression? At least outside of just collecting all of the wonderful characters in this game. The main goal would obviously be the endgame of Duet Night Abyss, being the immersive theater. Now, I can't really say what the future may hold for it, but this first reset has been extremely clearable, so long as you're actually bringing a character in that's good for the mode. I got my first clear in the second week before trial rank 60, 60. After rank 60, I'm just gonna be frank, it becomes super easy to get these full clears in Act 12. Meaning, for the weekend warriors who are taking the easy way through the game, you're gonna get your clear so long as you're still keeping up with your regular playtime. That is extremely reasonable to achieve. And what's more than that is that this character will just get added to the weekly boss pool and then later the covert commission shop. And that really just brings us back to the start of the video, where the grind of the game is really just a choice of if you want something now rather than later. Especially with the manuals and the dailies, it really just kills me when people complain like, Duet Night Abyss takes too much time. My brother in Christ, you made the play session. You can just interact with this game in a similar way to a gacha, where you spend your books and do your dailies before logging off. But don't be surprised when you progress through the game like it's a gacha. People who spend more time playing the game than you shouldn't ruin your experience if whales spending a month's worth of rent to buy stamina and max copies of a character doesn't ruin your experience in gacha games. But that really about does it for this video. If you are, of course, enjoying my content regarding Duet Night Abyss and would like to keep up with all of my uploads for this game, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And I'd like to hear your thoughts about the grind in Duet Night Abyss in the comments down below, whether you're having a good time with it, a bad time, whether you're absolutely going at it like me, or if you are a weekend warrior who is taking their time. Regardless, I would like to hear it all. Also, I've got a Discord server linked in the description of the video, so if you would like to connect with other people playing Duet Night Abyss or me myself, then be sure to join. We got a nice little community growing right there. But with that all out of the way, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.